Nobody said it was easy. Hello and welcome to Follow Everton. We are here on transfer deadline day. Starting this at 8:07. We have Park End here. How
Hi.
we doing?
What is your get-up?
I don't feel happy, but I did buy this top and love it, but I don't feel happy at all.
It's a nice top. Have you seen the cheeky bastards what they've done today? Did you get your emails?
No, what have they done?
Deadline day half-price kit sale. Absolutely fuck off. Honestly, right? No fucking signings, and you try and flog kits.
I think they've. I did hear someone say that there was advertising the kits with Tarkowski, McNeil, and who's Keane. Forgot about him. Keane, the Burnley players, just because we got the Burnley manager. Absolute crazy. What an absolute crazy day! Already night time.
Yeah, and you know what? We you know it's just unbelievable, right? We are at 31st of January. We are we would say 11 o'clock, so 3 hours, and not a sniff of anything happening. Not a sniff. We are an absolute laughingstock of the Premier League. Honestly, right? Mashiri comes on, with Jazz Bell and you know, and he gets taken at his word. He says, "We will buy a striker. We will strengthen." We haven't done any of that. We haven't strengthened. Haven't bought a striker. We've weakened because we've let Gordon go. There's this rumor that we're going to get a last minute attacking mid from Roma. Don't believe it personally. I've just been like this, and even if we did, oh, sorry, forget Ayew as well, Jordan Ayew. Well, fucking great, honestly. There's a striker, isn't it, Jordan Ayew? Great,
crazy, absolute crazy.
Absolutely. Why bother getting rid of Rondon? Just bring in another fucking Rondon.
Well, DJ Dan. I was just read the comments there, DJ Dan. This top is just proper DJ style. I wish I had something to party about, but unfortunately, we've got no players yet. I was like, I've been following it all day, even when I don't want to, and it's been stressing me out. And I said to you, Mabsy, I said, we'll sign 2-3 players with the Gordon money, because I couldn't see how you could. That was money that you can spend, because it was money we didn't spend. It come through the academy, so you should be able to spend the Gordon money by what the rules say. And it's 40 million they said you should be able to spend up front. They're paid. So I don't understand. Like I said to you, Mabsy, we are going to sign some players because we've got 40 million there, and they can't not spend it if we're going to go down. But for some reason, they haven't spent it. And I know we've still got the window to go. That's why we've come on now. But it's not looking good.
3 hours. Are we going to get someone in 3 hours realistically? We get medical done, discuss personal terms, get the contracts done. I mean, I know you can get the extra 2 hours and you put the deal sheet in, but realistically, ain't going to happen.
Well, we need it. That's the thing. I just did a space earlier on my Twitter account, and it went crazy because loads of people on it. There's like 1,300 people on it, and we was all frustrated, letting our emotions out because this is frustrating. And we was just saying we need to do something because the board are putting us under the buzz here, Mabsy. They generally are, and the owner as well, are just literally putting us under the buzz, because you can't go and get 40 million and not put it into this team when we do need to strengthen this team.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you've seen it, Mabsy, someone put a tweet out of all the teams at the bottom, and they've all signed 3 players. Yeah. West Ham have signed 3 players. Southampton have signed 3 players. Leeds have signed 3 players. Leicester has signed 3 players. Bournemouth has signed 3 players. All of them have strengthened, and we have
weakened.
well, we got rid of Anthony Gordon, like him or not. He kept us up a little bit last season with Richarlison, so we have weakened the squad, whether you like him or not. So I don't get what the board and the owner are playing at here. I really don't. I'm hoping to pull something off, perhaps the last minute. We've got our phones out here, and we'll update you, but it's not looking good because we've gone from I really wanted the Coventry striker. I did. I really, really wanted him. Vicar, whatever his name was, and I wanted him, and I wanted the winger. But Southampton have got the winger now that we was linked to. They've got the winger. He chose Southampton over us. Did that hurt you, Mabsy?
I expected it. I didn't expect. I expected, as I said to you, I think a few days ago, when we had Dyche, but we didn't have Dyche. I said we won't sign anyone, and you obviously, you're positive. You were positive about we would, and I knew we'd get fucked over somehow. I just knew it. I thought we'd get some shit, to be honest with you. Oh, cheers,
Looking
mate.
Fresh there, Mabsy, aren't mate?
Usual. But we are a calamity. We are like an experiment. I'm sure we are. Just to see how far you can push a set of people before you break down, or
I said that, Mabsy. Do you know what it feels like? It feels like I just want to focus on the team, but it feels like the board and the owner are continuously poking you at every chance to frustrate you and wind you up. That's what it feels like.
Absolutely. It's like, he goes on TV, he goes on and with Jazz, and says, "Oh, don't worry. We know, we're aware of the problems. You know what? He didn't. Everything's going on. You can judge me at the end of the transfer window." Now, in all fairness to him, he said that in the August and the summer transfer window. I fell for it. I did. Fell for it hook, line, and sinker. I did judge him and I thought, well, actually, we've had a decent window. But then he comes on and goes, the smarmy little git that he is, right? And then he comes on and goes, yeah, we're aware we need to strengthen. And, we need to strengthen. We'll get you a striker. We're aware of it, right? Now, regardless of, we didn't have time with the Gordon situation. Well, what the hell's Kevin Fowler's job? Why hasn't he been, hello, Davey, why hasn't he been more proactive and lining players up, talking to players? So, because let's be honest, the Gordon situation lasted a week. So they knew he was going to go potentially, right? Why wasn't Fowler lining them up, talking to players? Now, that Chelsea guy, what was his name? Conor Gallagher, that was a disgrace today, to be honest, as far as I'm concerned. In the modern day of football, you speak to the player before you put a bid in. You don't go and embarrass yourself by putting a bid in and then the player turning around saying, no, I'm not up for the move.
100%. You want
a bunch of amateurs.
It just makes us look like we're getting rejected by everyone even more. You've just been rejected by Dan Juma, Mabsy, and made us look stupid, and then we go and try and get Gallagher, who we know we're going to get rejected by, like you just said.
Well, they didn't know, but this is the point, because he's not even bothered to do the homework, not even bothered to tap him up, like everybody else in the Premier League does, every other player does now. When they put a bid in, the person terms are agreed, person terms are virtually done most of the time, right? But no, Everton, a bunch of freaking idiots that we are, right, haven't done that. No.
There's a comment there saying, how do you know he wasn't talking to players, lining them up? I've seen a lot of people defend Farewell because they are thinking, Mabsy, that Farewell is fighting a lost cause, is trying to get players, but then the board and Mashiri are having him off like they did Brenz as well. So a lot of people are thinking he's not getting to do what he wants to do. But I'm 50-50. We don't know the ins and the outs, but we can only say what we see.
Why take the job if he knew, he would have been told this before he's taken the job, right? To be fair, we haven't really heard much from Farwell, to be honest. He's
a big lad, and but I've heard he's not that good. He is a big centre forward, and I'm not going to turn my nose at anyone this time in the window, but he doesn't. I've heard he ain't that good. I've heard he ain't that good. There is another one as well. The other transfer, Mabsy, the one from the other big striker from Udinese. What's his name?
I've got a clue.
I'm having a look now. Udinese striker. Let's drop it in the comments if you've got it. The Udinese striker, what's he called that we've been linked to? I'm sure you'll know. Big striker. He's about 6'4" as well. Gerard Tefella. Beto, his name, or Beto, however you say it. Beto. There he is. Look, they've just put it now. Yeah, we've been linked with him. He's absolute giant, and he looks quite fast, and he looked good. I've looked at him on YouTube. He looks, but you can't tell by YouTube. He looks all right, but the thing is, we've gone for that. We was going for that Vicares from Coventry, who looked really, really good. Fitted all the criteria, age, his style was what we need, and he works his arse off. And then because he's got a 25 million price tag, we're going and getting players that we don't necessarily want so much, Mabsy. And that's when you make mistakes. That's when you sign players like we've done in the past, Mabsy, that we don't really know that much about.
It's just we're bargain basement all the time now. Bargain basement. We've got 45 million burning a hole in our bar's pocket, right? Why aren't we fucking spending it? You know, with the whole club. You know what, right? I honestly, Mashiri needs to go. Kenwright needs to go. Baxendale needs to go.
They do want to keep that striker.
Needs to go. Or the other director needs to go. And you know what? I'm also going to Sharpie needs to go. And Prano needs to go. Everyone needs to go. Because no one can run this club. Absolutely bring some football and people in. Because honestly, we're a gang of amateurs.
They are so bad, though. Honestly, everything you can get wrong, they get wrong. I mean, just get a few things right, just to get the fans back on the side. Some stuff that the owner and the board have done, they'll never have the fans back on the side, no matter what they do. But at least help us a little bit to be more positive.
Are they gonna turn up now at Arsenal? Do you really reckon they're gonna turn up at Arsenal? Nah, not a chance.
It's crazy though, because I just went on that space earlier on, and it was quite effective, and it was on about doing a protest, setting up a protest at 7 o'clock at Finch Farm on deadline day, and it was all going ahead, the protest and stuff. But then some people contacted them and said, "Don't do a protest because you might put off the deals that go over the line." But
fuck off. You know what they've done?
We'll see.
What really irks me is we get
the best do now
communication from the club, right? I mean, zero communication, right? Yeah. But it's okay for them to listen to a Twitter space and ring certain people up to tell them to lay off the protests because you might jeopardise a deal. Really? Honestly, are you actually buying that? You know what I'm saying? I know it's ridiculous. It's club again, smokes and mirrors to get to basically. There's no Sky then involved, is there? No, Sky can't see it in front of the cameras. There's not thousands and thousands of people watching it on the TV. Because they're all watching transfer deadline day. There's none of that if we do it tomorrow. None of that. That all goes away conveniently. It's forgotten.
It was the best time. It was the best time to do it to get noticed, because a lot of people are saying, "Oh no, it's a bad time," but you've got to do it when they don't want you to do it, because that's when it's most effective. If they're saying it's a bad time and don't do it,
then do it, because quite literally
do it because they're scared. Yeah, you'll hurt them.
Panicking. You know what? Are they going to be the players? You know what though? These players would have been briefed before they fucking even come in this car. They would. If they're entering Finch Farm, that's even if they're even in Finch Farm. Because let's be honest, they may not even be. They may be still in Italy or wherever, right? Yeah. And it's all done remotely or whatever, right? They're not going to see that, surely to God. And you know what? They would have been briefed on what's going on before they even step foot by their agent, because the agents are not stupid. They know what's going on.
I get what they're saying here. Look, I completely agree with you, man. I'm trying to go with the comments as well, because I always get people saying I don't read them, because I'm normally rubbish at engaging with them. But there's one here saying there's no guarantee if you get players that it'll get you out of the relegation battle. No, but it definitely gives you more chance.
It gives you a fighting chance because it strengthens the team.
Exactly. Well, for an example, if Calvert-Lewin gets injured, Sean Dyche plays with a 4-4-2. So we need a centre forward in that formation. It's going to be long balls and stuff like that. If Calvert-Lewin's injured, we've got Mopé and Sims, who ain't centre forwards, who can't do that job. So we need a striker that's a centre forward to play that formation. So if you don't go and sign that striker now, Sean Dyche is already having to change his tactics because he hasn't got the players he needs. He needs the players to do what he wants to do, Sean Dyche. Now, Sean Dyche, Ramsey, we know, has got certain tactics. It's going to be direct, long balls on the wings, and you need big strikers. We've got one big striker, but he always gets injured. So straight away, you think to yourself, as Farewell and Sean Dyche, I need another big striker because Calvert-Lewin, you have to prep for him getting injured. I'll bring someone else in. And we're ready in case he gets injured. And that's why we're looking for strikers now, but it's way too late, Mabsy. We should have identified in 3 weeks. Well, how long have we been looking for a striker for, Mabsy?
Well, at the end of the day, we were looking for him before the summer transfer window shut. Didn't get him. But, everyone thought, no, we'll be okay. I thought that personally. I thought we'll be okay. But so it's not a secret. We've been a striker light. And then I do agree.
I think it was just on what he said. He agrees with it.
Yeah, he agrees. He does. And, it's just... I was just saying, I think we knew we were a striker light. Calvert-Lewin got injured. It was gapingly obvious. Then we should have been looking in September, October time. Then we have a massive gap. 5 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, where again we had the opportunity to. I think because it wasn't going well for Lampard at that point, there was meetings. He should have gone at that point. We should have got someone in. I don't. Had a few weeks to stand outside, then had 3 weeks with the squad, like a mini pre-season, identify what we need and identify who. Start 1st of January, bam, get him in.
I said this comment here, I just said it on the space earlier on. Does anybody else think that this was the reason that Dyche was being announced late, as they had no intention of signing anyone? I said that, and I agree.
Astro said that quite literally on the space just before we started. And Dave, I think you're right. I do think, Dyche has been told that there's no money. So it begs the question: where's the Gordon money gone?
Well, Dyche has even said in the interview, didn't he, Mabs? As soon as he got the interview, you could tell he's been told he's not going to sign many players because he said, "I'll focus on the players that I've got," kind of thing. He said, "I'm happy with the players I've got here." So I think when he got the job, he's already been told you're not going to get no money. And he's still happy with that because he didn't get much at Burnley.
Where's the Gordon money gone? Where's the Gordon money? Because it's gone somewhere.
What's the pub called at Coronation Street that Kenwright goes to? The Rovers, yeah. I've heard the Rovers is it needs rebuying or something like that. It must be.
Yeah, well,
Rita. Is it Rita? Kenwright's probably gave it to Rita or something like that. Borrowed it.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh my days! No, where has it gone though? Seriously, and because we didn't know that we was going to sell Gordon, did we? It's out of the blue. So if we didn't sell Gordon and he didn't have the little bust up and didn't want to go, then we wouldn't have got that money anyway. So if whatever they put that money into,
exactly.
Where would that have gone?
We were told. It was told at the beginning of the window that Frank had money. Again, lies. Just lies, isn't it? Lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. And
it's with the Arteta money. Yeah, I think it's with the Arteta money. Kenwright and Mashir is having a party now with it. They've got like helicopters and everything going around the freaking mansion. £40 million party. This is stressful, Mabs. I'm looking at my feed now and stuff like that, and nothing's being announced. And
no, well, apparently even Jimmy O'Connor has come out even said that there's no IU link. So according to the club, there's no IU link. So it's just we are a fucking shit show, honestly. All right, Jeff.
How you doing, bud? Well, no, you know what? This question should be banned. I was just doing the space, and it's like we should just ban "How are you doing?" as a question.
Yeah, it's a stupid question, isn't it? Because I always say I'm okay, but then you're not.
No. Yeah, like I don't know whether to be polite or whether to be sort of.
Jeff, honestly, do not. Honestly, don't Rick, because everyone's frustrated as you. I'll allow swearing tonight because Ryan's not here.
Well, we're allowed to swear, are we?
Yeah, we're allowed to swear tonight. So
yeah, that's one of those. Like, do you know? I don't even know what to say anymore because it's like.
Someone's just tweeting now, Jeff, saying this is just what I got as a 43 seconds ago. The Toffee Blues, obviously you know them on YouTube as well. They put a link of someone, Miguel Delaney, as the source. It says Everton are in the advanced talks over a deal with Andre Ayew. That was 43 seconds ago. Andre Ayew, age 33. Oh my God.
But then I've literally just seen another tweet like a few minutes ago, which was from Fraser.
So it's a lie in the comments, didn't they? They're saying it's a lie in the comments. Hopefully it is.
And they said it's not. It's not.
Well, Theo Connor said that, hasn't he? But who knows? Who knows? This is Everton we're talking about here. We'll wake up tomorrow and fucking find out we signed him.
Well, I don't even see the point of it. A point in this anyway, because he's free. He's not actually attached to any club. So, like, even if he was someone we were interested in, we wouldn't need to be sitting up till like 11 o'clock at night to do any deal. He could like
come tomorrow,
get a taxi down tomorrow morning and sign because he's free. So, I think that's an agent. I think that's probably an agent trying to tout him round to get him a move somewhere, probably.
Oh my God! Even Crystal Palace have just made a sign-in now, so we are the only team in the bottom half of the table. By the way, we're probably the worst team at the bottom in the minute as well. We are the only team to have not signed a player at the bottom. Every other team has signed 3, and even Crystal Palace have just gone and signed 1 now.
You know what, right?
Albert Zambia Lakonga or something like that.
Do you know what? Right? It brings back memories of. I remember once back in 2008, I think it was. I went to bed and I think it was. I remember the old Blue Kipper site, and we just quite literally just signed Carlo Nash, and I always remember them saying Carlo fucking Nash, and then waking up the day after going into work, and then Everton announced that they'd signed Fellaini overnight, and they just did the deal, and it was a secret.
You'd take Fellaini right now. I'd have Fellaini right now, definitely. Play him as a number 10. It'd be good under Sean Dyche, he would.
Yeah. Get Lukaku back as well.
Yeah.
Get the band back together.
Well, that's what I am hoping more than anything, and I keep looking for now. I've set my mind now, because at first this morning I woke up and I thought we need a winger, an attacking midfielder, and a striker. 3 signings, let's get it done. And then I went throughout the day, and then I thought, you know what? Just that winger from Rennes, who's chose Southampton. I thought, get him and get the Coventry striker. Just a winger and a striker I'll be happy with. The window goes on, and now the winger's gone. I'm like, just get me 1 striker. Just 1 striker. That's how bad it's got. I'm just like, just give me 1 striker.
Do you remember my story? Obviously, I'm not going to mention what I work as, but in my line of work, I was down south the other week it was, and this lawyer came through, and I was about speaking to him, and he goes, "Oh, so why are you here?" And he was discussing. He was Brazilian. Who was at Chelsea? Anyway, so basically, he was coming to negotiate a contract for a Chelsea player, and I just jokingly said. You're not Richarlison's lawyer, are you, by any chance, as well? Anyway, I am actually. And I jokingly said, we need them back desperately. And you know what that, like, the newspaper about that on that black account the other thought, come on, I would so take credit for that fact that I spoke to his lawyer and then suddenly he signs for us. Would have taken it, even though it had nothing to do with me. But it was just, yeah.
I don't think we're so. I don't.
He was coming to the Thiago Silva's contract. That's it.
I don't think we're signing anyone. You know.
Of course we're not.
No.
We're not at all.
I've just seen like someone on Twitter that knows quite a bit, and they've just said it looks like Sean Dyche has been let down again, and it's going to be a massive challenge for him.
Well, that's an interesting. With all due respect to the Bullens, with all due respect to Benji and all that, I knew that. When they said don't go down to Goodison, there's potential. You know what? He's been lied to by Everton. That was never on the cards. You know what? As I said, I keep saying, funny communication been woeful for years. But suddenly we're going down the process at Finch Farm at 7 o'clock. Oh, don't come. When the whole world's watching us. Nah, too convenient. Yeah, we're going to get someone in. Of course we are. Nah, too convenient for me. And that's not a genuine question. That's not a go at anyone, believe me, of fan groups, because they all of them mean well. And I'm not attacking anyone. I'm just saying the club are very good at just playing tricks with us.
Yeah. It's a genuine question. Like, and shoot me down and whatever. Well, if you were Sean Dyche, would you be well within your rights to say, basically, you've screwed me over, you're in breach, and I'm out?
But has Sean Dyche been? This is the $100 million.
No, I reckon Sean Dyche part of he's happy. That's the reason they've gone with him. When he goes to get the job, he's probably said a big positive about me is I've worked with worse than this Everton team, so you don't need to sign players. But to not spend that 40 million is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I can't tell you how ridiculous it is. We've got a bit left, but seeing now that we might not sign nothing, we need a striker, centre forward. We need 2 big centre forwards. Our board and our owner is shambles. They are completely sound.
And the other question has to be is, do they care if we go down?
I honestly think Dyche has been brought in as a.
Are they prepping for it?
Bring it back up. I think they're already planning. That's why they sold Gordon. Got 40 million.
No, I don't think they're planning for it. They're not. I think no, because I'm not being funny. If you're planning for it, you sell Onana now for 30-40 million, and you sell Pickford now for 30-40 million. Because when you go down, they're not going to be worth that price anyway.
Well, they are, because they're still. Pickford's still.
Look at how much Garner Gay cost us from Aston Villa just because Aston Villa went down. You can't sell players so big from the Championship.
Gay had it in his contract. They don't have relegation clauses in there because we never imagined.
You could be right, but my opinion is just
we didn't pay large fees for either of them. We paying like $5 million a year on the thing, so they might be just thinking, well,
it's a gamble.
No, I think they think they'll stay up. I think they think right. Let's be tight shits and let's get Sean Dyche and get him to stay up and us spend nothing and put this 50 million into the club.
Let me make the point that I was making. So, like, if they've come to accept the fact that they can't spend money or they won't spend money for whatever reason, and they've got it in their mind that they could go down and Sean Dyche would be the guy who could get you straight back up again. And basically what you've got is several players out of contract in the summer, and then other players who have got 1 year left on their contract who either are gone at the end of 1 year in the Championship or you sell them or whatever. And they're kind of thinking, well, we're out of FFP by then. We've sorted certain things out. We'll have money. I don't know. It's just because it's baffling. If you're desperate to stay in the Premier League,
you panic buy. Like what the others have done.
Yeah, you're in a financial situation where you can't afford to go down. Then how can you justify bringing in 40 million in transfers and spending nothing? It doesn't make logical sense to me. I don't understand how you can do that because you're literally saying, yeah, we're going to bring this money in and we're just going to say, right, do the best you can kind of thing. And it's like, that's a big gamble if you've got no plan. Like, You know, it's one of those. I'm not saying that is what's happening. It's just like
I think you're right, Jeff. I do.
when
I think
questions, you have to kind of
I
when you
think
ask
there's a plan for us to go down, guaranteed. And you know what will be the most expensive season ticket in the fucking in the championship, and we won't budge like what Leeds didn't budge, and we'll be paying £690 or thereabouts for Champions League championship football. Great, there we have it. And you know what will be, and also the worst thing about it is in the championship every team will want our scalp. Every team will want to beat us just because we're Everton, So they will play extra hard. So even if we have a shit squad by then, we will be we'll be in the major scalp in that league that every team will want to take.
Yeah. So how does this make sense? I just don't know how that they can make this make sense to me, because if you're fortunate, if you're a billionaire and you're building a stadium and you're trying to bring in investors and all this kind of stuff, how can you take the risk on like not buying anyone and possibly going down and make that make sense? I just don't know. I don't know how I can not even try. Don't know.
At least we're all in it together. all the people on and us three. If you're on anyone on in the comments, keep reading them, keep dropping them on. If you've got any information there that's like about players, drop it on.
Does anyone know how much in parachute payments we get?
38 million.
38 million. Not a lot, is it?
No.
We can't. We need to fucking stay up. These are just stupid. They need to stay up. Get some. Yeah, but I'm not being funny though. If they go and buy a striker, a winger, and an attacking midfielder, we could stay up easy. I'm not even joking. With Sean Dyche as manager, who looks like he's getting and working now, if they went and brought another centre forward, like you imagine now, right? You get a good centre forward with Calvert-Lewin, like Dembele, or just the one from Coventry that we've failed to get. You've got two good centre forward like that. Then you get a good winger to give Gray backup and Townsend, and then Dyche will sort out the defence. He'll get the defence better, and then I tell you something. I think we'd be all right, but we do need probably 1, 2, 3 good players because the problem is if anyone gets injured, we're buggered. That's the problem.
So if that's the case, and then you have to ask the other question: is if we have got money and we are trying to buy players, is everyone just swerving us because of all of the drama and the chaos and all the rest of it? Are players just going, nah, I'll give that a miss? You know what I mean? If you've got a choice, go to Southampton or go to Everton, like nobody in the right mind, like historically looking at it, would go, oh, Southampton are a bigger club than Everton. You just wouldn't do that. Like Everton's clearly a bigger club, but the chaos with the boardroom and all of the other stuff, is that making it like impossible for play? Because the agents, like I literally heard a story earlier about the lad who was at Sheffield United, and they're in a little bit of financial issues, so they would have been open to a sale of that the striker. I can't remember his name. Yeah, and they were basically like invited to make a bid by the club. They said, yeah, feel free to talk to the agent. It's fine. And Everton phoned the agent and they just went, we've got no interest in coming to Everton. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.
Yeah.
Well, on that one, it's a different instance, but I was just going to say, I think that the way, I could be wrong, this is just my thoughts and I put them out there. I think the way that we're putting the deals down is putting people off as well. Because I bet you Ken Wright and Mashiri make that deal as shit as it can be for that player. Like his wage will be low. We would have structured the deal over a certain period to put the team off as well. And I don't think the deal will look that appetising. They say we put 22 million on, another team's put 22 million on sometimes, but I bet our deal doesn't look that good when we put it down. Because you know what we like, we're stupid. Well, we're not. This board and this owner isn't.
We're literally we're paying nearly 100 grand a week to Tarkowski. We're paying nearly 100 grand a week.
Yeah, but when you say we're paying nearly 100 grand to Tarkowski, at the end of the day, it's still good business because we got him on a free. Didn't cost us anything. So you know you're going to pay more for an out of contract player than you are. We're paying the fee as well. You know what I mean?
They've got to run us better though. I mean, I don't want Dan Juma. I hate him now. He's one of my biggest players that I hate. I don't know why. I've just proper hate him. I do know why.
Well, good job because he's not coming anyway. So.
No, but what I'm saying to you is, if we would have gone and got Dan Juma over the line and we did things better, then we've just got a Europa League player come to us. And then another player that we go and talk to, when we try and get him, we can say, we've got this Dan Juma, we've got this. You advertise yourself better because you've added something to it. At the minute, we've done nothing to make us look like a good plan, like a good thing that's going to stay up.
Whose idea was it for Everton to give him the deal sheet to sign off in the first place? They should have sent it off. Why didn't they do that?
Because they have to. It's part of the process. The agent has to sign off.
I think we did trust them to do it as well, though. I think you can do it yourself if you're there and then. But
we put in our part of the transfer, and then the agent has to put in their part of the transfer.
Why was the agent at Finch Farm doing it at the time?
Well, he did.
No, he did transfer deadline day, is it?
He did do it, but he didn't actually send it. That's
what I'm saying.
Why wasn't he?
You can send it yourself if you pressurise it in the meeting. If you say if you're a pushy person who knows how to get a deal done, and you thought he could pull out of this deal and read it, you could say, right, I'm going to get the deal done in this room. And you say to the agent, I'll send it off and I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it before you leave this conference room.
Yeah, 100%.
Time of day. Say, I'll send off when you feel like. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's
I left it in there. Go on, Jeff.
It's total amateur hour.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Honestly,
then you can't sit there and look shocked that Everton are amateur hour because don't we know?
It's not unfair in amateurs because they reckon they probably won the club better than what we do. I bet Prescott Cables is better run than we are.
We do things too old school as well. Get Ken Wright, it goes all the way through and get Ken Wright and Mashiri to sign it off, and they've got way too much involvement for me. It doesn't need to go like that. It ain't done like that nowadays. The director of football should just get it done himself, and he should just have more control for me. The owner and the deal should not go to Ken Wright, who knows nothing, or go to Mashiri, who we've seen clearly knows nothing about football either. They should just pay the check, give him the check, and let Farrell just get the stuff done. In my opinion.
Have you been on the beer, by the way? Just wondering why you got sunglasses on in the house.
Because I look like a sexy bastard in them. You know what I mean? That's why.
Sorry.
To be fair,
I just felt like you were hungover or something, or you had a black eye and you were just wearing the glasses in the house.
No, I have to put my glasses on because I've got beautiful blue eyes and it gets people hypnotised. No, I've got the special lamp on to make my top look good, and I thought I'd wear the glasses so the lamp's not so bright in my eyes.
I was going to say about your top, when I went to the club shop, and I looked at that top and I was like, oh, I really like that top. And I was with somebody else and they were like, yeah, it's a bit bright, that, isn't it? You know, maybe you should go for this other top. But I really wanted that one because.
Hang on, Jeff. Right, you're a lorry driver, aren't you?
I am, mate. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Surely that class is a high vis.
Yeah, probably does. There you go. It's bang on for work. That is. I thought that when I go running. Someone just said I'm a DJ. You ready? Because we're hot on the trail. You can't even sing an Everton song at the minute because it's depressing.
Yeah,
I used to wear lime green footy boots.
And no way we're going to fail. We don't know the meaning of bloody losing. Do you know what I mean? They're hard lyrics to sing. We need to win a game first, then we can sing it.
Oh, we completely know the meaning of losing.
We need to win a game, then we can start singing it again. I could DJ some sad songs. You know what I mean? all by myself, no
It's
signings.
sad song. And make it better.
That's all.
We are fucked as a club, honestly.
Do you know? I still think it'll be close. I think it's going to be close, but with how big squads are nowadays, I definitely feel like 2-3 players would have made it a lot easier. And
Calvert-Lewin's
it's a hard job
again,
now.
don't you? Calvert-Lewin's getting injured again, and then
that's the problem, Mabsy. I think if every player was fit all the way through, I think it would be fine. But you just know how it works. Sean Dyche is going to train them hard, and these players pick up more injuries.
Yeah, they're going to get broke.
I go for a piss of the day. Do you know what I mean? That's stupid.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Who we got? Have we got anyone? I've been looking on Twitter. I'm going to actually go to my in the know.
Who's that?
My daughter. Eliana! Oh, she knows everything. Right. There's been some good deals go around. That's a cracking deal from Arsenal to get Jorginho for 12 million.
Yeah.
What a deal that is. But see, you click on it straight away, and on your Google, you see loads of teams have signed players, and we haven't. It just hurts. It really does hurt. I'm not even joking. I'm normally the positive one, and I still feel positive about the season, but I feel proper down about this window because with 40 million for Gordon and signing no one, it hurts. It really does.
You know what, though? It's like, I said this a few days ago. And I'm still shocked. I'm still, I said that we wouldn't sign anyone. You agreed, Dan. But yeah, you're right. It still hurts. I want to be so wrong again. I'm not being proven right yet again. And it's depressing.
If you always say the worst thing that could happen about Everton, you will likely be right because they let you down all the time.
Just don't expect the unexpected with Everton. Just expect.
I just didn't, Mabsy, I just didn't see how when Gordon said in his interview, "Oh, they've got quite a bit of money for me, and Everton can reinvest that in players to stay up." When he said that in the frigging interview, I thought, well, we're obviously going to do that.
Some people have gone down to Finch Farm, and there's on Twitter. There's a banner which I fucking think great, and they just put liars. Denise, Kenwright, and Mashiri were just liars, and I think that's bad.
So they're gone anyway. Good.
Yeah, some people have gone, and then
good.
This is our club, not yours. And I think it should have been better. Absolutely.
A lot would have turned.
I totally agree with it.
A lot more would have turned up to that, Mabsy, if people didn't say don't do it as well.
It would have been a lot more impact. But Everton knew what they were doing. Everton are a cold, they're not other people's club. No longer are we've got the right to call us ourselves a people's club, because absolutely we are disgraced from top to bottom. Disgrace, and there we are. That's it.
People have got the right to do what they want because we shouldn't be this stressed at the end of the window when we've been this stressed all season already. Should treat us better as fans. You know what I mean? We had all last season freaking stressing. We kept the team up by ourselves. And then now they want us to stay like that and be like that again this season. Joke.
Just see if you can see that.
I feel about 20 years older after this window, I tell you.
So can you see that there? So it just says liars, and then there's Mashiri there as well. And I fully support that. I did say to him to go. I don't care if it puts us off freaking signing a player. Go, and then was in two minds, and it should have gone. And just tomorrow.
There'll be another, Mabsy. There'll be another.
Yeah, but tomorrow won't have the impact.
No, it won't.
They fucking know that, right? They know there's general strikes on. There's this, there's that, and will be a non-news story again.
That's on them. They stopped us doing it. So
Sack the board is the number one trending subject.
Yeah, and so it's hard to disagree.
What's this rumor about medical tomorrow? Player to jet into UK with 24 hours. Everton deal on the cards.
It'll be Ayew, won't it? Because he's a
Dahamish Seth or something like that.
Darmesh.
Who's that?
It's the baldy Asian one off Sky Sports News.
Where's he play?
No, he's the reporter of Sky Sports News, Darmesh Seth.
I can't click on it, that's all. I can't click on it.
It's got to be IU then, hasn't it? Because he's a free agent, so he can do what the fuck he wants.
No, I'm just saying that AU's been linked with Nottingham Forest now.
Fucking go Nottingham Forest, please.
It'd be good if we just had the live news thing on our channel that just comes up so we don't have to read it on our phones.
Well, if Ryan was here not playing football...
I suppose it'll come up. People in the comments drop it. If we sign anyone, drop it. It's just, I don't know who this player is as well. I just read something saying someone Marcel attacker. Who is that?
Too late in the day, innit? That's not.
This is a sad comment. The fans haven't got it in them anymore. I, for one, have accepted relegation. I've made my peace with it. I'm not going through. Not sleeping for days because of the football club. I'm honestly past caring. Enough is enough.
He's right.
And that's a lot. That's where a lot of people are feeling. Just like the point of.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was
the blue vibrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, Everton FC is being dismantled before our very eyes. The finest.
Breaking news for Finch Farm. Breaking news.
Go on.
Domino's has just arrived.
Piss off, you. Piss off. That's a joke, that is. You got me excited then, really, for real.
That's it. Oh.
I stopped eating Domino's when they started taking the piss out of Richarlison. Now I eat Domino's again now.
I don't know if anyone can see that. Sorry.
No, we can't. Read it out to us, mate.
No, it's just basically a big picture of Denise, Farhad, and Ken Wright.
Liars.
And it says liars underneath, yeah.
I'm sure that it's circulated on Twitter and Facebook. So obviously fully behind it. But, yeah.
It's a good banner as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just simple and straight to the point, isn't it? Sometimes I think there's loads of writing. It can... You spend trying to squint to read it, where that just one word, liars, pictures of them, idiots, clowns. There you go, straight to the point. Taking the piss, the walking all over us. I mean, us as fans, we've had it this season. We've been arguing on the channel, everything. It's so stressful. Help us fans out. Help us out. Like, seriously, just let us watch our football team and not stress as much. Just give us 1-2 players. You've got the money, 40 million from Gordon. Put it back into the fucking team. Yeah. You don't steal it from us, because Mashiri, if you need money for something, that's your fault. You've wasted it on all the crap over the years. So you find it yourself out of your pocket.
Just to go to show how brain dead, soulless, and absolutely without care this club is, they literally sending out emails today advertising a sale of clothing.
No, I said that. I quite literally, Jeff said that. I said that at the
Mabsy, this is a good one. Apparently, Mabsy, you know that Domino's guy that delivered the pizza? We tried to sign him, but he turned us down. even he says no. I'm not going to Everton. We offered him 200 million a week, and he still said no. Oh, if you don't laugh, you cry. If you don't laugh, you bloody cry.
Yeah, Jeff. Everton deadline. £25 kits. Fucking couldn't make this shit up. Shirts now from 20 quid.
Yeah.
Martin, don't say quick. Martin's coming in.
No.
Martin, we are down as a club. We are finished.
Well, we definitely made it harder. I'm not going to say we're down, but we've definitely made it like last game to stay up sort of thing, like last season, that's for sure.
Yeah, but how many times can we do that, Dan? We can't keep
I'm kind of with both of you on that. I'm sort of with Dan, in which case I'm like, yeah, the manager's a good manager. A lot of these players are underperforming. If he can get them to lift up a level, then, maybe we can start competing in games and win a few points. But having said that, without additions, like I still find it difficult to see a way out of this unless like suddenly like Sims comes in, scores a goal, and starts getting a bit of confidence, or suddenly
need a lot of luck, don't you?
I mean,
yeah,
it's got to be.
You're relying on
One
fitness.
positive.
And,
There's one positive to take. At least the board haven't fucked Sims off back to Sunderland like there was allegedly going to be doing. That's one good fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating because some people have said like what team Sean Dyche had, and I've got no doubt that Sean Dyche will get better at these players. But the problem is, this league is hard this season. It's the hardest it's ever been, and all the teams at the bottom it was good anyway, and they've signed players and made themselves better. So, yes, Sean Dyche has kept that Burnley team up a couple of years, and he's done well with it. But keeping this Everton team up this season isn't going to be bloody easy. I'll tell you that for sure.
No.
I think that's a kind of like I understand the sort of two sides to the argument, but to call them dickheads.
I'm not Barry. No, I'm sorry. No. I disagree. Pull that back up a minute, right? Yeah. Why be dickheads? Because at the end of the day, they're not. Let's not beat around the bush. Everton have lied to us about this signing outside the fence plan, not for us to go down. I disagree with that comment. They have a right to protest. They're sick and tired, and they want to make themselves known. It's not right calling fans dickheads. Disagree with that. Sorry.
Well, the thing is, though, the fans, like people that blame the fans, is just bullshit. The fans don't want to be doing a protest. Those people don't enjoy doing that, and they'd rather be doing other stuff. And they're putting themselves out because they care about Everton like we do. And I'm frustrated. And I'd go there if I was that near closer because I don't think you should just let them keep getting away with it and let them. It's stupid.
The transfer window has been open since
January 1st.
Day 31. It's day 31, and it's less than 2 hours remaining now. Yeah. So we've literally had 31 days.
Well, 2 hours and 2 minutes, Jeff.
Minus 2 hours. Sorry?
2 hours and 2 minutes.
Right, exactly. We had 1 day minus a couple of hours, and they've signed nobody.
Yeah.
Signed nobody, and they've made 45 million quid. In fact, no, they've made nearer 50 million quid because they brought in money for Broadhead, and they've also brought in money for the defender as well. So they probably made like 49 million.
Yeah.
Jeff, they had the.
Don't forget wages, because that's a big thing as well, right?
Yeah.
So
and they made cash. They brought in money, and it's all. And the good thing is, as well, is all of those deals, those 3 players that have left, they were all academy, so they're all pure profit. So that's nearly 50 million brought into the club, and we haven't spent a bean.
Also, let's not forget, right? We are the ones who spend our hard-earned cash, right? We're the ones who travel, because that's not the place that there's a load of local fans, but like Dan and like you, Jeff, spend the hard-earned cash going up and down this country, to go to Goodison Park, to go to away grounds, like some away fans. We saw, it's not an you know what? If I go away, and I will probably budget 100 quid, 100 quid an away game, it's not an insignificant amount of money because at the end of the day, you've got your match ticket, which is fair to your coach, or how are you going to get the train ticket, petrol, however you get there, it's a cost. Then a few pints, but then you call fans dickheads for.
No, he's kind of apologised for it there. So he said it's the wrong word to use. So what I will say to you, Stu, is when you say what's the point of it, right? It's like saying what's the point of like protesting? What was the point of the miners' strike? Because they had grievance. And they had a rightful, justified grievance. They didn't win. Like, the mine still got closed. But something was done wrong to them. And they felt the need. And they had the right to protest because it's something that they loved. It was something that was a huge part of their life. And it was gone because of decisions that were made by people who didn't care about them. And that's exactly the same as this protest. People who do not care about us who have wedge in the bank, who never had to worry about paying a bill or travel or buying a sandwich or any of that stuff. These people are
Wait, crack a can open. Go on, carry on.
They do not care. They do not care, and these fans travel up and down the country. They put the money in their pocket. They've been doing it for years, and it's took enough. And it's just like, at what point do you just say, "I've had enough of this shit"?
They are, Jeff. They are like we are. They are.
It's the wits end.
They are drained. They are drained, Jeff. We're drained.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to. I heard one of the fans that I like earlier on, and he's had enough. He's had enough. Like someone said to him, someone come and argue with me actually, and they said, "Oh, you negative?" I goes, "Well, I can't exactly say well done Everton for signing no one on the fucking window. I can't do that, can I? I can't say well done for selling Gordon for 40 million and signing no one." And he was like, "You're negative." Yeah, but I'm not being funny. If the board and the
person on
exactly, and even I get exactly, man. So if you can make me negative, things must be bloody bad. But I really, you two know. I said in the WhatsApp group, I really did think we'd sign 2-3 players, and I honestly, I didn't think it wasn't possible not to sign 2 players. I didn't think it was possible. I honestly thought we would have had a good winger that's going to add something, and a good striker in the bag done, because we had the whole World Cup to look for players. Farewell should have looked over, and we had the whole World Cup to look for players. Some of these players, the winger from Rennes and the Vicares from Coventry, they've been linked last window. So I'm not being funny. When you've been talking about getting them, we didn't have the money, fair enough. But then as soon as you get 40 million Gordon money, put those deals to bed. Go and get them, because you've finally got the money. Just get them. Put the deals to bed, because we need a winger and we need a frigging striker. But what do? They go and frigging get the 40 million. And Mashiri and frigging Kenwright go and organise a party. And I don't know what they're doing, mate. I don't know what they do. What would Kenwright and Mashiri do at a party? Could you imagine them partying?
Basically, what they would do is they both fucking suck each other off and congratulate themselves on a job well done.
I think they'd have like a tube to the bumhole and sniff each other's farts or something like that, because they're up each other's arse.
Thanks for placing those images in.
No, that wasn't good for me, mate. I actually imaged it. I don't. To be fair, it was Kenwright sniffing Mashiri's farts, so it wasn't as bad. Kenwright didn't have his pants down, so it wasn't as bad. I'd rather see freaking Mashiri's arse than Kenwright's.
What have I missed, fellas? Who we linked with? Fucking no one.
Mbappe, Messi. I can't believe we're here and no one's been signed. And I tell you something, if the only person that's signed is that freaking dinosaur, I'm using Jeff's words now, that dinosaur, what's his name? Fraser from Newcastle. That is so bad. Fraser
someone tweeted Alan Myers, I think he went, rather get the tweet, because it's actually fucking hilarious.
Even he's pissed off, you know.
Yeah, of course, no, absolutely. Someone put to Alan Myers, do you think we can stay up, Al? Even if I know, is it worth? That was it. Is it worth us waiting on Alan, or should we just all get an early night? He just replied, "It's 2 hours 12 minutes. What have you got to lose?" Even he's fed up, so he obviously doesn't know anything. So nothing's happening.
That's stupid. I just read that.
Bullshit.
Medical tomorrow, and Andre Ayew to jet into the UK with Everton after transfer deal. Ayew can stop wherever he is.
The celebrations out. All is saved. We've got Ayew. Woohoo!
We're staying up. We're winning the league next season because we've got Ayew. We're winning the league next season because we've got Ayew on one wing and Townsend on the other. I think Ayew and Townsend played together, didn't they?
It's unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, Jeff. That's a good one.
Is it?
That just went, didn't it?
But is it unbelievable though? Is it?
I think this one is for me.
I think it's unbelievable, Jeff, that every single time we think Everton cannot get any fucking amateurish or any worse, the fuckers going out to surpass themselves.
Yeah, they do. That's what I think. This is beyond it.
Literally just thinking, oh well, what am I going to do today to fuck Evertonians off? Honestly,
it feels like it does, Mabsy, you're right. It feels like they keep just winding you up until you snap. They feel like they're bullying us. It feels like they just keep pushing you in the face, and they just want you to react, and they just want us fans to go crazy, to blame us. It's just stupid.
And then they put out statements like, oh, you know what, right? That statement that Denise or whoever at Everton put out about the headlock, has done us so much harm as a fan base, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely destroyed us, because I know that, you know, that dickhead, that Farley guy, absolutely he's a cunt anyway. So I'm just so fucked off. I'm going to go for it.
By the way, if they're swearing on this channel, then I just want to say sorry, because we're going to swear a lot more, because this is disgusting. This is a bad window.
You know what, though? She's done more harm than good, because everyone thinks now that there was actually a genuine headlock. Apparently, it turns out that there was no headlock. It was an overzealous hug that happened in the director's box, right?
Yeah.
So who the fuck authorised that to go out and blame the fans?
And that's exactly the thing.
You know what I also think is Preno should fucking go as well.
Maxie, look, get it. All those Everton fans, mate. We love the headlock.
You know, Ryan's probably going to sack me after tonight, but I don't give a fuck anymore. Don't care, Ryan. You can sack me for swearing. I'm done. I am just. I've got no.
Has anybody signed anybody? Yeah, everybody has signed everybody other than us. I've just gone through every team at the bottom. They've signed 3 players other than Crystal Palace, and they've signed 3 good attacking players. Look at Southampton. Southampton have signed a striker, the winger we wanted, and someone else attacking, and they already had attacking players as well. We have got a hard job to stay up, you know. We have got a hard job to stay up. We really have.
To Ryan, feel free, because I'm fucking done with Everton, to be fair, at the moment. I just feel, I've said this before, I'm jaded and sick and tired of the same old shit. It's quite literally, we could have been sat here last season, right, in the same position. Well, actually, no, because we did sign Dali and Van der Beek. Then he got
Dele Alli, we wasn't that bad, was we then? We signed, like you say, we had players to shut us up. And I think that was the big problem. We've been deluded by some of these windows and let them off.
Because we were all made up because someone came up with a cool song about him, and then the fucker got injured. You know, typical Everton style, innit?
We're not toxic fans, you know. We're not toxic fans. We're just passionate. We've got so much passion. Like, honestly, we're not toxic. It's just our board that's making us look toxic, Mabsy. That our board and our owners are making us look like something we're not.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying is, by putting out that powerful statement that someone put Denise in the headlock, right? That's a massive statement to make, right? And you've got to be damn sure that fucking happened. You know, blaming the fans.
This is the thing, though. Soon as that Denise thing had gone.
I was going to say, then to add on to that is what they did was they doubled down. They didn't call it back. They didn't, like, when the police denied that it happened, that they had no reports of it. They didn't dial it back and say, look, too much was made of it. It was a bit of a no. No, what they did was then they put bloody one of our supposed idols, Graham Shaw.
What's he saying?
He went up.
Got tickets for Villa. Go on, Kigo. Sorry, I'm reading Paul's comments. I love Paul. You know, I love it.
What they did, one was they doubled it down. Is by not going to the next home game, they went to the away game.
Yeah,
and they literally put our fan like our fan sort of icon on the board, put him up in front of the media to slate us again, and it's like. But I think now that what you've got to see is that everyone's onto them now.
They are. Look at this comment. They are onto them.
You know what? Everton fans.
The media. No, the media are too. No, they are. No, I'm sorry.
Everyone is, yeah. Everyone's on to it.
I've literally seen hundreds of different articles from all over the internet, from like fan channels to Irish television channels to ESPN in America. I've seen all kinds of stuff, Australia, articles about what the hell is going on at Everton? What are these people doing running the club? And like the fans can't be wrong on all of it because this is the worst run club in football. I've seen like literally
Kevin Campbell I've just seen as well. Even Kevin Campbell, Jeff has just come out and said, Kevin Campbell's just said that.
I've seen articles that literally have the headline, the worst run club in football.
Yeah.
And that's nothing to do with the fans. And I think everyone is now going like, and even our owner, because of what Thingo said on the space night before last, I think it was. Yeah, the ask, whether you like him or not, I don't know. But he was saying that even the owner is now starting to think he's going to have to do something and replace this board. But that still doesn't actually mean...
How does he know that? How does he know that? This is what I don't get with
just literally passing on the information.
He has got a contact that says that, and I do think he's right though, Mabsy, because when you watch him come out and do that interview, Mabsy,
but then he can. Hang on, but the S then complains about Moshiri not getting in touch with him. Like it's a personal insult that he doesn't. You know, why is he so special? Why is the S so special that Moshiri has to get in contact with him? I'm sorry, but. No.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. That's like a different part. But the thing is, though, Mabsy, what I was going to say is that Moshiri, we haven't heard from him in ages, and then all of a sudden he's gone on Talk Sport, and all of a sudden he has gone on and done an interview. So he clearly is starting to rock a little bit because he wouldn't have done those things if he wasn't rocking a little bit.
But he hasn't learned his lesson, has he, Dan? Because at the end of the day, he did the interview with Jazz, and then he fucking lied. So lied to us all.
Clowns will be clowns, mate. Clowns will be clowns. They stand out and they show the true colours. And
liars will be liars.
Yeah, 100%. Because
I was on a space before, and I said I was trying to think about who he reminded me of. Our owner, Farhad Moshiri, and who is it that he actually really reminds me of? And the first, like, it came to me the other day, and it was like, it's Donald Trump. And the reason why I'm saying it's Donald Trump is because, you know, when somebody lies so much that they start to believe their own lie is the truth, like he lives in a delusional land, because he literally did an interview and said, I don't sign the players, I don't do this and I don't do that. I don't have anything in selecting the manager, I just do the checks and whatever.
After West Ham, he said, I don't
and then he literally goes and faces the most inappropriate manager in Bielsa to the point where it takes us like way longer than it should do to bring in Daesh, which leaves us one day or 36 hours to bring in players by the time the manager's sorted. And it's like, because you chased after somebody, you didn't want the job anyway. He didn't want the job, Bielsa.
No, he wanted to come in. He wanted to come in the summer. You're like, well, what the fuck? Why are you coming now?
Carry this on. I was just going to drop these comments. Park End. Has anybody ever told you look like Johnny Vegas?
Yeah.
You did good. That's a good one. That is. You are funny like him, to be fair. Ryan's just got back from football and says, is there any news? Bloody hell.
No.
Do we look like there's any news?
Are you actually really expecting any news, Ryan?
Well, someone just commented above and says, why are you shocked if you didn't expect news? Because we spent...
I thought it was going to be wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you said that, Babsy. I've enjoyed you on this, Babsy, because I've been saying to you, we're going to get players, and you've been like, we haven't. But you've come on and said, really, I wish that we did. I thought that we was going to.
Dan, of course, I wish. I
know.
Of course, because that's helping the club. I actually, you know what, right? Some of the negative stuff I say is I want to be 100% wrong because I love this club. But I know the shysters that run this fucking club, and I know what they're like. Why letdowns, and you know what?
This comment, Mabsy. The boards are toxic.
Ken Moshiri, Mike Ashley springs to mind with these two.
Yeah. They are toxic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Mabsy, what I was going to just say to you earlier on when we was on the topic is the club don't do anything right. They're slow on what they do. They always do things late.
Yeah.
And you know, like if that thing did, I don't think that thing happened to Denise, the headlock. But if it did happen, they should have put it out straight away in the media and said, "This has happened. Can you fans say?" And then our fans would have come out and said, because we would have said headlocking a woman is not acceptable.
Yeah,
and
absolutely not.
We would have all come out exactly, Babs. We would have all come out and we would have said, no, that's disgusting, that's unacceptable. And us as fans could have looked good and put it to bed ourselves. But instead, they wanted to make all of us fans look bad, and they wanted to make us look bad. So when they're not on the board, they could escape not being there and get away with it. They walk over us fans just to freaking get themselves good things.
And they've done irreparable damage to us as a fan base, and we've done nothing wrong. The only thing that we want is success and change. That's all we want. There's none of this, how we receive their threats. Well, if you're that concerned, why did you call the police? Why haven't you, absolutely violence to women is reported.
Hold on, Mabsy. Breaking news. Finch Farm, now I've got it on video. Chinese delivery has turned up.
Fuck's sake,
Got your back. Chinese delivery. Apparently, they've opened the bag and it's chicken balls, the whole shebang. What an absolute signing. And by the way, the Chinese delivery guy, we tried to sign him. He said he can play up front, but he's gone to Southampton as well. So, so we ain't got him.
Obviously, a long night because the whole.
Oh, my days. I got you then.
You know what, though? I think was mid rant and completely what I think I've lost my train. But I love this club. It's a fucking.
I do as well.
It's like everyone does, and everyone. These fans, all we've done is we want change. We want to see our players put in the shift. You know what? And just because they've been criticised, just because we've got a little bit of criticism, we've got them bare-faced lies. Violence to women is wrong, and I'm not going to. You know what? Any sort of violence is wrong. Actually, I'm just going to stop that. You know what? And if this happened, she should have called the police and she should have got it investigated.
Yeah,
she should have gotten banned from the game. Right? To me to say, oh, I didn't think it necessary. Well, it wasn't that severe then. It's not that at that level of a headlock. It's an overzealous hook.
They just don't care about us fans. They're just like people say, they put us under the bus at any point. Dan with his delivery is brilliant. Dan. Oh, I played that one well, Mabsy. I got you back because you did get me as well.
I thought that Roma guy was going to be announced then, and then just.
Oh, Mabsy, you're turning more positive than me. Bloody hell. You're actually thinking... I've actually started to think we're not going to sign anyone.
I'm clutching at straws.
I know, I'm me. I woke up this morning so excited that we'd sign, that everyone would get proved wrong.
Feeling fine.
Yeah, that's the one. I feel like putting like a steak and kidney pie in Jeff's microwave in the middle right there now.
Yeah, man.
Watch it go around. Put us a pie in, Jeff. Put us a pie in. Steak and kidney.
Oh.
Well, we ain't got nothing else to talk about because nothing is absolutely going on at the minute.
I'm really not a massive fan of kidney.
That's like steak and kidney pie, though.
I like steak pie, just a steak pie.
I don't think you could be alive without it. Can you live without your kidneys or not?
No.
No.
Well, you should be a fan of them then, Jeff, otherwise you wouldn't be alive.
Whoa!
You can live without one of them, and you can have dialysis if both of them have failed, but it won't last you long.
So, according to the Bobble on one of the spaces, mate just tapped me says, Bobble, even Bobble thinks that we're down in March. So there we go. So obviously, nothing's come of that signing, obviously, because the board didn't want more criticism. They didn't. They lied to us.
Mabsy, they're idiots, Mabsy, because All the fans that took banners to that West Ham game, the board are crafty little shitbags. They said to the West Ham people, take the banners off them, so when they go back, they can't use the banners. Yeah, they can't use the banners when they get home against us because they don't like it. And the board, again, have heard me on a space earlier on because I'm so popular. I've heard me on a space earlier on do a space saying, let's do a strike. And the board have said, don't do the strike. They don't like it, you know.
I think the most worst thing is, and I hate to say this, we've fallen for the bullshit yet again.
Yeah, we should have done a strike.
I'm not having to go at anyone because at the end of the day, we all want signings.
We all care.
We all want this. And obviously
Yeah.
we don't want to affect that. And the heart's in the right place. But again, we've fallen for the lies, hook, line, and sinker, haven't we?
But
they won't get away with it, though. They won't get away with it.
This is important, and I
by the way.
Yeah, I think that it's important that basically we've got proof, we've got messages from the club. I'm sure that all these people who've had these messages from the club will have copies of calls or texts or whatever asking us not to protest because we're going to sign people. And so when we don't actually sign somebody, those posts and tweets will come out and people will see that and say, yeah, they've just gaslit you again. And we're the innocent victim now. And I think it's important that we don't go over the top in some regards because, like, they tried to paint us as the bad guys in the protest situation. You know, they've tried to throw us under the bus. They've tried to paint us as the bad guys. And it's important that we make sure that we don't come across as the bad guys. You know, the Gordon thing was just a bit silly and it was kids. But really what we need to do is it needs to be peaceful. It needs to be coherent protest. And it needs to be consistent. And this is the thing now is...
Peaceful don't work though, does it, Jeff? Peaceful.
Well, no, I know, but what we have to do...
It does work, Dan, because you got it.
No, but we have to be the moral high ground. We have to take the moral high ground because otherwise we get tarred as we're just rough fans, we're violent, we're aggressive, we're all this kind of stuff. And we're not. We're just tired and fed up. But we have to be the good guys on this debate. So that when the press are looking for someone to blame, it can't be us. We have to make sure it's not us. It's them.
This is getting pathetic though, isn't it, Jeff? Because we can't keep letting fireworks off to put the opposition off. We can't go and freaking get blue flares 24/7, get to the game early. Yeah. No football fans should have to do that for a football team. We're drained. There's only so much you can do, and we have tried absolutely everything. And we are the best fans you'll ever get. But we did it all last season. We can't do it again this season.
No. You know what though? The worst thing is this club has got away with it yet again today, right? Yeah, they've got away with it because you know what? We've taken moral high ground and listened to them by saying, "Oh, you can't come tonight. You're going to jeopardize. Come tomorrow. And I keep saying this when there's no one, there's no press, there's no Sky Sports out. Not everyone's not watching transfer deadline day, or you know what I mean. There's no headlines to have. There's strikes tomorrow, so you know.
I don't necessarily think. The one thing I will say is when this deadline day is always a big news, and it's not just big news on the night. Like every channel will. What's the noise in the back? Are you making a sound or something? Mate?
Sorry, that's me. Sorry, I'm coming back now.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, basically, the deadline day is deadline day. But then what happens is tomorrow morning, like there'll be a 6 o'clock show on TalkSport. Then there'll be what's the name, Jim White and all them lot. They'll be on at 9 o'clock or whatever. Then you'll get like the live show on Sky, and all of those people are going to say, Everton didn't sign anyone. Like, what's going on? It is going to be a headline story regardless because...
but we've missed this opportunity to get everyone saying on the Jim White tomorrow at 9 o'clock,
But we only missed the opportunity. Yeah, but we only missed the opportunity by being the good guy.
Yeah, you have. You're right.
And
that's what the club wants. This is what the club wanted.
By being the moral high ground, so that we can then tomorrow morning go on all of these channels and say they called us to not protest because they said they had stuff in the works and it's clearly not happened. They've lied to us again. And it's just more on the case. It doesn't help us out in terms of we're not going to get another player, but at least it gives us the argument. It gives us the moral high.
But you know what as well, though? At the end of the day, they're not going to go, oh, well, Everton fans were going to protest tonight. But we decided not to because we are the good guys who listen to the club or we believe the bullshit. That's not.
Can I just jump in a second? You two carry this on. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea, and we'll finish this at 10 if you're okay with that.
Yeah. Sounds
yeah, we'll finish it at 10. I'm going to make a brew, get myself ready till 10. I think that's about right, isn't it? Right, I'd end it now, but I'm still going to give it half an hour praying it beside someone, even though it doesn't look positive. So I'm going to come out. But anybody on the channel now, there's quite a few on. If you can hit the like button and subscribe, it would be amazing. Just hit the like button as well. It just makes more people see the channels on and stuff like that. So if you all could like it, you don't have to. If you don't want to and say, piss off, I'm not liking it, then fair enough. But if you can, we appreciate it. I will be back. I'm just going to make a cup of tea. I think I need it. Chill out.
Yeah.
Who scores our goals now? I've no idea, Trev. I've no idea at all, mate.
Calvin Lewis meant to, but let's be honest, that's not going to happen, is it?
I'm just going to answer some questions, unless the idea is to resign from the Premier League. Yeah.
That's just getting relegated, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So I'm just trying to see if there's any. Yeah, I mean, this is a question, and it's like, is he Moyes cashing in before the sale or whatever? But then it's like,
Machine, I think he is. We're either been a fire sale before we go down, or he's like just making a quick buck.
Yeah, you can't sell a club in a few weeks, and if we go down into the Championship, the value of the club goes down by a huge amount of money. And so, if you were trying to sell the club, like if you're trying to sell a business, like if you run a shop or something like that, and you're trying to sell that shop to somebody as a going concern, you don't kill the business and then try and sell it. You don't sell all of the stock and all the shelves and all of the other stuff in the shop and then say, do you want to buy this shop? It's not a shop anymore because you've sold all the stock and you've sold the till and you've sold all this stuff. It's just an empty building. If you're trying to sell a Premier League club, it has to be a Premier League club to have the value of that. Whereas if you're going down to the Championship, like the people who are going to be interested in buying it are going to go, well, you're in the Championship, so I'm not going to give you whatever ridiculous amount of money. We'll give you 300 million for it or whatever. You know what I mean? So it doesn't make financial sense to sell it if we're in the Championship because he's going to lose more money than he would if he sold us if we stayed up. So I don't get it.
No, it's weird, isn't it? It's the whole thing is this whole situation is just off its head.
Yeah.
Never be what's that?
Never be Yancy.
I don't know what that means.
No, YNC. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, no clue.
I'm trying to find stuff that actually makes sense. Can never be unseen. Oh, that's the picture of DCL in his girls' school uniform, isn't it? That he's talking about.
I think it's irrelevant at this stage.
I don't care what somebody wears. Like, if they
don't give a fuck. To be honest,
do the thing on the pitch, and I couldn't give a flying fuck about it. Yeah, I'm not even asked about stupid hairdos or wearing fucking. Yeah. Yeah, we are okay.
Yeah, well, I'll probably sat me, but
well, we're going highbrow here, Neil. Thanks very much for that. As Nietzsche says, if you stare into the abyss long enough, it stares back into you. He knew about following EFC.
Yeah.
Kudos, Neil, for bringing up Nietzsche and bringing up something highbrow in the chat. Thank you very much, Neil. Nice. Yeah, the feel-good factor of Dice coming in, fading fast. Yeah. Let's have a look. Palace have just signed a player from Stuttgart, a 20-year-old. Yeah, I know. There's been so many good deals that have gone as well. And it's like, I mean, I don't know whether it's just a case of he won't come from us, but like that guy from Leon is only going for like 3 million quid, and he turned down the move to Southampton. Like, I don't know whether we tried to get him, but like surely we should have been able to.
Well, there'll be rumours we are probably alleged to, and there's like someone.
He was just like, no.
Yeah. Hopes are high. Deals of high. Jim agrees. Can we complete tonight? The spokesman for the club says we know they're dead, but we still. They probably would, to be fair.
Yeah. What a joke of a club. Pathetic.
Yeah.
Cards
Not
right.
gonna lie, Mark.
Yeah. No.
So why are you wondering why we haven't signed anyone? Because I still believe that I don't know. You know what I mean? You have this like dark fascination that we would actually be wrong for once, and they would be wrong.
Common sense dictates that if you're a club that's in relegation trouble, you've just sacked your manager, you haven't won like a game since October. You're facing the drop to the Championship. You've got a new stadium on the horizon. Logic says you're going to bring players in because why wouldn't you? But then what we actually do is sell, whether you like him or not, our highest scorer and one of our supposedly better players for 50 million, and then do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, okay. We've done the Johnny Vegas thing. Yeah, he has been. He's not got the accent though, unfortunately. So
not from St. Helens, so
no. If you need accents, you need Ryan to come back on.
Yeah,
he does appallingly bad accents. He did one. Did you see the they were running in space? I don't know if it was last night or the night before, but he, like at the end of the space after the sort of been on a couple of hours, he sort of disappeared off screen, and then he come back. The channel was blacked out. The screen was blacked out. It was on Twitter. It was on a Twitter space, and he started playing the rainbow music and doing a superb Elton Wellesby impression. It was outstanding, but he was doing this, he was literally doing this amazing Elton Wellesby impression. And then Fran joined in with it, and they're playing the rainbow music over the top. And then just at that, as it was happening, Elton Wellesby joined the space. And and then
he wouldn't have found the funny side of that.
No, Danny just like literally shit out and just shut the space down immediately because it was like getting towards the end. It's like literally closed the space down straight away. And it's just like, oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, here we go. Bill Kenwright's in the chat.
Oh, brilliant. All right, Bill.
Hello, lads. It's Bill.
Why have you done any deals, Bill?
Well, I've taken the money myself, and I've put the money with the Arteta money, and I've made a nice little pot, and I'm going to put it a little pot, and I'm going to make a nice production of Blood Brothers in China.
In China?
Are we all getting free? Do we get to go in for free because we've got season tickets, Bill?
No. Not at my.
Do we need to get discounts?
We've had good times.
Have we?
No.
What was that, Bill?
I just want to say, we're fucked.
So, Bill, why did you say to the fans today that we were getting signings, not pretending?
No, on me! Woohoo!
Why did you tell the fans like Bill?
I don't know, Blue knows. I don't.
Is he still there?
Hello, lads. It's Bill Kenwright.
Are you back again, mate?
I got Dice with me if you want to speak to Dice.
Yeah. Oh, God. Go on, then. I hope you've been practicing.
Hello, lads. It's Sean Dyche.
That's better.
All right, Sean.
Well,
I've
had enough of this group of players already. I asked them to run 2 meters in the other day, and they couldn't cope. You know, he promised me 6 signings. The only signings I've done are bloody autographs outside Bridge Farm.
You say you've got to wear shin pads now, Bill. Sorry, Sean, haven't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, the main tactic of this season is going to be kicking the shits out of everyone. And basically, I've made an offer to the FA for us to play with armour, 1920s armour, samurai swords, and really hope for the best because I think we'll need it. If we cut the opposition players' legs off, we'll have half a chance. Mind you, I don't even think we'd beat the Paralympic football team at the moment.
Dan, have you got any questions for Sean?
Have I got any questions for Sean?
Dan?
Well, do you know what? I was just eating chocolate and I'm muting my mic because I got told off last time for not muting it. I'm on the ball this time after I ate the Chinese live on the channel. Sean.
Tony.
Sean Dyche.
Hello. Good evening.
Is it true that you're going to play 4-4-2?
We're going to play a good formation. I'm conjuring it up as we speak. 10 in goal and 1 up front. And just hope we can hoof it forward, hold it up, spin him, beat 2 people, dribble around the wing and then slot it past the goalkeeper. And then
Did you say 10 in goal?
Oh, yes, 10 in goal. I've got Sander Westerveld coming back out of retirement with Anthony Gerrard. They've got a lot of quality. There's not a lot wrong with this squad, if I'm honest with you.
What did Tarkowski say when he saw you first again?
He said, "Oh, fucking hell. I thought I was leaving you behind when I left Burnley."
Has McNeil forgiven you for being an arsehole with him?
Oh, McNeil, he's shit. 1 goal, 1 assist last season. You want me to get a tune out of him? It's like trying to get blood out of a stone.
Why didn't we sell him?
Well, the highest offer was 99p and a packet of Freddos, so we couldn't really be taking that in our predicament.
Why not?
And the 40 million.
I quite like Freddos.
Sean Dyche, I've heard that you're a really good singer. Can you sing a song for me, Sean Dyche? Any song?
Oh, of course, I can sing a song.
In your Sean Dyche voice, mate, because I presume that's the only voice you've got.
We play fucking poo. As long as you're behind us, we'll fuck you in the loo. We're rubbish on the carpet. We spoof it in the air. We hear the call of Edison, and it falls on deaf ear. Everton.
What happened?
What an absolute! I thought he was going to sing a good song then.
We're crap at the back. We're worse in attack. The School of Science. A load of crap.
Can I just say we just lost it on this channel? And
Mabsy, what's a Sean Dyche song? Is there a song for him? Like we got Super Frank when he wasn't super. He was a nice guy, super guy, but not super manager.
Dyche?
Super Dyche. Okay, it's hard to get a song with Sean Dyche in it.
We've got Harry Redknapp now, strangely enough. Harry?
Oh, terrific.
Oh, terrific top player. I've just been to Finch Farm, you know, my little nephew Frankie got sacked recently, but you know, that didn't stop me keeping a lookout for my old team, Everton. I mean, I never managed them, but Frankie was my nephew. Anyway, I offered them some terrific signings, top player, terrific top man, Peter Crouch, on loan from a free agent, till the end of the season. Nico Crenshaw got another quality. He could have came in and helped seal the deal for the championship. Also, Jermaine Defoe, he's 47 now, but yeah, he could do a good job. Whoops, I've accidentally morphed into Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you'd morphed into Zippy off Rainbow.
Or what Elton Marsby.
You're going to get banned, mate.
So have you got I've got Elton now. Oh, no.
This is to the people in the comments as well. If you could have one Everton player in the last 5 years come back and help us in this relegation battle, who would the player be?
Lukaku.
It's mine as well. That's not even a question, is it? He is all we need. I think we need a big centre forward, and it's frustrating that we've been going in for him. There's a comment here. Hopefully this is true. Everyone's saying Lukaku. See, some people moaned about Lukaku. I can't believe it. Yeah, sold 22 million with add-ons apparently.
Too late in the day.
I'm having a look now. So if you're wrong, by the way, you're getting blocked. Not really, I'm joking. But
we need all the subs we can get, especially with like our guest speakers.
I'm big time, right? I've just gone to 7,000 followers on Twitter, mate. Speak for yourself.
Well done, mate.
No, not really. To be fair, most of them are freaking Newcastle fans. They're absolutely obsessed. Yeah, honestly, Newcastle fans keep following me all the time.
Jordan's mate.
Hello, all. It's Elton Wellsby here, sports commentator 1972. I just had a call from a friend of mine, former player. I'm not going to name any names. Close contact of me that says we've made an offer for a player.
Go on.
He's a Chinese player.
Oh, God.
Currently playing in the A-League in Australia. His name is Fukin Wan.
Yeah, you've been had off there, mate.
I just think, we're
What position does he play, Elton? No? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have breaking news. Actually, this is a fact. We have had a bid rejected for Olivier Jean-Louis. The striker
Honestly,
reject.
this is like the highlights of the transfer window.
Don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Mashiri, bell me. Bell that fucking... I don't know.
Well, good evening, lads. Ryan here from Finch Farm. Pleased to tell you that Everton, Sean Dyche is gone.
Yeah, Sean Dyche has gone home, so obviously we haven't signed anyone.
Do you know what, though? This is humiliating. I've just read this now. Everton made an offer to sign Oliver Giroud, but the striker has rejected it.
That was years ago.
No,
it's
gone back in.
1 minute ago now. Fucking, we've made ourselves look so
How many
stupid.
times have we gone in for Giroud? No, really, and all the time we just let him fucking decline us all the time.
We've been so... Yeah, but we just made us... Like you said earlier on, Madsy, don't go for a player if they're going to reject you because you're just making the club look more stupid. It's making it look like we're shit.
How many times has he rejected us and we're still fucking going in for the cunt?
What an idiot. So frustrating.
A big pan and some kitchen roll and egg cups and a few bits of stuff because it's just like convenient to stick it on there.
Yeah. So, obviously, breaking news that Sean Dyche has gone home. So, that's it. Obviously, not happening.
I'm really pissed off,
Dan, I kind of... Obviously, the takeaway wasn't good enough.
Paul just tweeted, even Ryan Fraser looks good now. I'll probably take Ryan Fraser. When you've got no one, you think, bloody hell. I don't want to be desperate, though. But
we are desperate though. That's the problem.
that's what's really disappointing me is.
Nice one, Neil.
It feels. Do you know what it feels like? It feels like Mashira's done that interview and got ripped, and he hasn't liked it. And he's just because people have ripped Mashira in that interview and ain't licked his arse. He's come out and spoke. He's got pissed off with us, and he said, "Right, I'm giving you nothing. I'm keeping the Gordon money. I'm not giving you nothing."
You know what though?
I was just going to say what.
I actually feel sorry for Jazz Ball and all this because at the end of the day, he's been used as fucking Mashiri's fucking mouthpiece. He's been used, to be honest. He's a nice bloke.
Feedback. We're getting feedback on something. I don't know who it is. Feedback. I don't know if it's. Is it Ryan? Yeah, Ryan, mute it, mate, if you can. Mute it because I can't hear what Jeff's saying. Try not over talk each other because
that's right.
Can't hear it.
But yeah, so this
is that better?
No,
just mute it. Just mute it until you can talk, and then that's what I just did on mine.
What he was saying before about like the board will get away with it again. You see, they won't because the press conference is going to happen, and he's going to be getting questions. Why haven't you signed nobody? Like you've sold your best player, and the questions are going to be asked. It's going to be on all the talk radio shows tomorrow. What's going on with Everton? Like, how can you not sign players? How can you sell one of your best players, your best young players, make a load of money and not bring anyone in? You brought a new manager in. Like, what the hell's going on? How is this club doing this badly? There are going to be questions asked.
There are, but I get it. But at the end of the day, the impact, obviously, the impact has been lost, though, Jeff. The impact of, about a few hundred fans going down to Finch Farm and demanding answers tonight, of all nights, would have been huge.
I was just going to say, I keep getting, Mabsy, carry on with this. I keep getting these comments. Saying, still think Dyche will get a tune out of these. We are behind Dyche 100%, and we said he will make these players better, but you've still got to help Dyche out because this league is hard. These teams at the bottom have signed players, and they are very strong, and it's not fair to give Dyche a weaker team than them if you can sign 2-3 players to help Dyche out. So we're not saying we're down, but we are saying it's going to be hard. That's just my point.
Every single club around us has bought players, from Bournemouth to Southampton to Wolves. Every single one has bought players in.
3 players. They've all brought 3, and Crystal Palace have brought 1. So literally, they've all brought 3 players.
We've sold one and brought no one in.
A major asset. Let's be like him or not, he's a major asset. 40, 45 million, and we're all praising the deal. Well, he's fuck all.
I wouldn't have sold him if I knew the money was going down a black hole just to fund the relegation black hole for next season.
100%. I think the same as well. I wouldn't have sold him if I knew that. I would have just kept him and just.
What's Bobble reporting?
He just said it's done. Dyche has gone home, and that's it. No, that's it. We're done.
Yeah,
absolute joke. I can't believe it. Like we stayed up for this.
At least Neymar actually scored some goals, like genuinely.
Yeah.
No way have we not signed a striker. Oh my days! It's just kicking in now.
No, we'll sign Ayew. Don't worry. Tomorrow.
He's shit though. Like no way have we not signed a centre forward.
Yeah. Well, I told you, Dan. I told you for 3 days that was going to happen.
You did not want to be right.
I didn't want to believe it myself.
You did not want to be right, Matty. Oh my days! Oh, do you know what? I said 3 this morning, and then I went down to 2. Then I went down to 1, and then I was thinking, just give me a loan. That's how bad it's got. And I've just seen people commenting now. By the way, I've been reading your comments. Someone said, "Oh, go in for Shelby last minute." We've had the whole window to get players. We shouldn't be this desperate now. It's just our owners and our board.
He's already signed for Nottingham Forest, though.
Yeah, but we shouldn't even be this desperate, though, should we, Jeff? That's the thing. We should have. Oh, they're just stupid. They are pathetic.
There's a great quote. That's a great quote. Like that's what it feels. Mashiri's doing in Ashley.
Yeah, someone put that earlier on. It's true.
So
We said the same. Me and Mabs. It's a joke. What a joke.
in my opinion now, although I've tried to be very impartial and sit on the fence about all of this,
Really?
this is the final. I haven't said whether I or don't like or dislike the board.
He hasn't bit.
Not
No.
on him. And I think this for me is actually the turning point, the final straw, where I'm actually going to openly say, as the admin of this channel, that we support 100% a change in the regime here. It's completely inexplicable that a side 19th in the Premier League, out of both cups at the first hurdle, have been unable to bring in even a lone player from anywhere. It's absolutely inexplicable. And I think the board are clearly doing nothing. There's no point in them being here. There's no need for them to be here. They can leave, and we'll reassess in the summer, because it's now going to be a circus hanging over the club while we're trying to stay in the division.
I was just going to say, Ryan, you completely. I was just going to say to you, Ryan, you go on. I was just going to say to you, Ryan, you completely understand if you said no one was available this window, but everybody else has signed players and players in positions that we needed players, and we had the money because it was there with the Gordon money. So this is taking the piss like beyond belief. It really is taking the piss. It's so frustrating.
He's trying to recoup the money he's lost, and he's going to sell the club.
Yeah.
It's just taking the risk, isn't he? He's just thinking, right, I'll take the risk, see if they stay up. I'll get Sean Dyche because he don't care about not signing players. He's not going to moan about it.
He's gambled. He's basically
don't kill a business.
Money on black, Annie.
You don't kill a business that you're trying to sell. That's why it doesn't make sense to me. Is like if you're selling a business as a going concern,
the man's deluded, though,
like,
Jeff.
Yeah, but Jeff, he's a risk taker, and probably, he's probably just going to casino like gamble, all money on black. Fuck it.
I will get a striker. Everton need a striker. I will get a striker. Fuck you, mate. No, you haven't.
We will strengthen.
We will strengthen.
They're all. He's completely delusional. I watched his video with Jazz, and he's saying, the fans need to be patient. Well, we've been patient enough. I'm nearly 30.
Cheers,
I'm 30 this November. I've never seen us win anything. I've ever seen us win a final. So I've been patient enough. I've seen nothing from us that even, to get excited about. Certainly these last 5 years have been horrific. And he's been an absolute disaster, Mashiri. He's not employed competent professionals in the right positions. He's not implemented a correct scouting recruitment network. We're not buying and selling players well. We're not bringing enough players through the academy. He said, be patient. We'll get a striker. He's let us all down. He's taken us for mugs. And Bill Kenwright, as whatever your opinion on him, he's a sentimental, romantic man. We're not living in 1999 anymore. This is 2023. You've got digital ways of going about things, and the fact we've not modernized as a club makes me ill. This makes me sick. What they've done to the club now makes me sick. My dad handed his season ticket back to me and said, "Can you sell my season ticket? I can't stomach this." I don't blame him. I am. If I didn't run this channel, I would switch off from these people completely.
It's very draining.
But we have a duty, obviously, to our viewers to support them. But
yeah, and the thing is, this is the other thing as well. Is it's like, as we spoke about before, is he's trying to bring in investment to the club. He didn't say he was trying to sell the club. He said, "I'm trying to bring in investors to help build the stadium." Right, and you're also trying to bring in sponsors for the stadium. And then you've got a responsibility to the sponsors, because we've got a sort of relationship with Stake. They're a club sponsor. There's other club sponsors like their brand is part of this situation, and it's like if you're looking from their point of view, as you've bought into the club in terms of sponsorship, and this is the shit show. It's not great for your brand, is it? So
you know what, Jeff? I personally think we were rumoured to be getting American sponsor, weren't we, for the stadium? And I don't know who, I forget who it was. And you know what? I just now actually think that it was just more fucking deflection of bullshit.
I'll be there for you. I was on mute then. I thought,
isn't it? It's bullshit. Just more bullshit from them. Time after time after time. It's deflection. It's rumours. It's conjecture. And you know what? Tomorrow, I can guarantee you, there's going to be a stadium announcement. Fucking guarantee it.
Yeah.
There'll be a fly pass of some fucking drone. Oh, we've done this to the stadium. Well, fucking hell. We've got more important things to worry about now than the fucking stadium.
You're in big trouble, you know.
Yeah, of course we are.
Because I know where they live, and I will find them. And I will hunt them down. And I will find you.
You don't want to do that.
The guy from Broken is my dad, and I will find you. I will hunt you down, Ken Wright, and I will Mashiri, and even farewell now. You're in for it. I'm the freaking #1 nut toffee around this area, mate. You watch out.
Just to make sure and be 110%, he is actually joking. Because we know how
I
love you. I love you.
No, because we know how the Everton board spin this, right? We know from the headlock incident.
Yeah, good
we
point.
Know how the death threat.
I will find you, and I've got a cracking headlock, mate. Look at that. That unicorn in a headlock. You will get it. Do you have a particular set of skills, Dan? Hold on, let me just answer this one. This is just interesting. Do you have a particular set of skills? Well, other than being good in bed, I'm not really good at anything else. Look at Jeff's face. You like that one?
That's his talent. Yeah, like we've got. Like the thing is, we've got a manager now who hasn't been introduced to the press live.
I can't stop laughing now. I'm sorry, I made myself go now.
Right, we need to talk about Sack and Dan.
Yeah, we need to actually start some serious chat here.
Serious conversation.
We've got a manager now who has literally just come through the door, like spent the weekend doing all kinds. Done a little sort of public interview on YouTube.
So you're a chicken.
Now he's going to.
Go on, Jeff.
Now he's going to have to face the press, like in his first interview, and the first questions we're going to ask is, "What the fuck?" Like, you know, as the club let you down, he's going to come under pressure to actually answer questions that he's got no answer for.
Yeah, but you know what? It would have been highlighted more if the fans had been there tonight. And I'm not having to go at anyone, but we've just fallen for the lies. Lies of this board yet again. They are fucking liars.
That's a song from Mashiri, like, look into my eyes, would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you?
The deal for Star, and apparently what I was reading was that the deals we've been trying to compete for, we've been offering loans with buy obligations.
Said this, I was right. Because Ken Wright thinks he's clever because he did it with freaking McNeil and Mope, and he thinks, right, I'll do the 2 million up front, pay you over 10 years, and I'll do the magic Ken Wright deal, and everyone will say I'm good.
They were loans. If we stay up, then we give you more money, and permanent deals where you get 5 million extra if we stay up.
It's just stupid.
For example, Zanilio loan obligation to buy if we stay up. Ismail Sarr, 2 million loan obligation to buy if we stay up.
So Alan Mize just tweeted this, being told that Everton had a 25 million plus add-ons bid for Liam Nadadi rejected early in the window. So what the fuck? Sheffield United played hardball and Everton refused to go beyond the valuation. But, you know, what use is that?
No.
There we go. So
I can't believe that we offered the pizza guy 10 million and the Chinese guy 50 million, and they said no.
And he turned us down. Both
and they turned us down because I honestly thought that's good money for a delivery guy that works. I would have took it.
Let's stick to the serious thing here, right?
When's the channel really serious?
Good point. Go on, go for it. Go for it. It's yours. Stage is yours. Go for it.
No, we're gonna go. We're gonna finish in a minute because obviously this is all done. So whatever, right? The serious questions is like we've literally had deals sorted, and basically we've blown them for the sake of 1 or 2 million or something like that. Like, we could have had so and so if we'd have just gone up to like Perez. We could have gone up to 25 million.
Yeah,
we could have got him.
Here's one. Alan Myers just tweeted: "Is there anyone left to turn Everton down?
Is there anyone left to turn out the lights? Because we're done."
Well, no, Sean Dyche.
Turn out the lights. That's a song, isn't it?
Let's hope he's turned out the lights because obviously we can't afford to fucking keep the lights on.
Yeah. So,
do you know what though? Do you know what though? Listen to this and listen carefully because this is good for me, right? Whoever has, I will look at Farewell a little bit, but I will look at the others because I think they put bad deals on the table. But you should be able to negotiate these deals okay. You should be able to say, right, we've got Connor Cody, who's an England international. We've got this, we've got that, we've got Inanna. Come into this project. And you should be able to put players into the project if you get them early. And like you've just said, 25 million for that Vicares from Coventry, whatever you say his name. We was in for him 15 million. Lampard was in for him 15 million the other window. Why didn't we buy him then? You make a mistake and your mistakes show eventually. Yeah. And that's just come back in the face because it's gone from, we could have had him for 15 and now we was willing to pay 25, but we didn't even get him for 25. And this is what happens when you do things wrong. It comes back to hit you in the face.
You know what, Dan? I think one of the worst mistakes that we made in the summer was not trying to get Brenton Diaz on the free.
Well, even paid for him, like you said, even paid for him.
What?
Blackburn weren't going to do it. They wanted to keep him to hopefully stay up.
It was out of contract, so it wasn't up to Blackburn.
This is the problem.
We don't need players in the summer. We need them now.
What?
This is the problem, though, Ryan. What I was going to say to you is, do you know?
Because he signed for Villarreal.
This is what I was going to say to you, though. Do you know that Coventry striker? We was linked to him at the start of the window when we needed a striker, right? Why didn't we just get him then? Because listen, this is how it works, right? At the start of a season, these championship teams don't know how good their players are going to be. So if you go and bid in for them at the start of the season, you can get a good deal on them because they can replace them and they're not 100% they're going to be good. So what do Everton do? We scout these players and realise they're going to be good before they are. That's the hard part, by the way. So we realise they're going to be good before they are. So that's a good eye. So we've got the eye, but then we don't go and get them at that moment. We let them play half a season, smash goals in all season, knock the value up. By the way, Coventry was in their chance to get promoted now. If we would have got him at the start of the season, they wouldn't have known that. So they want to keep him because they've got a chance to get him promoted. So
not even
we'll
that.
Come out of this. Go on.
You can't get players when they don't have an opportunity to replace them, Dan. I mean, the one that
that's what I say. Yeah,
would wind you up is that Sheffield United one, Lilman and Dye, 25 million plus add-ons at the start of the window. I mean, that would have given them enough money surely to have got a decent striker at championship level. A lot of people are kicking off here saying, why have you left it so late? Why have you've had weeks, you've had the World Cup, you've had all this time to make sure you have players lined up regardless of the manager. Everton have a style of play. Everton have an expectation. And you should be delivering around that. It shouldn't matter who the manager is.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. And that's Farwell's job. And he's done fucking shit at it. Yes,
do you know what, though? They need to be very careful, that board, because they're going to 100% be gone because they are not going to be allowed nowhere near the stadium. And it shouldn't be like in a threatening way, but they are treating us like shit. They've treated us like shit. They haven't come out, they haven't explained anything, they haven't explained where the money's gone, and they haven't said this is the situation. They've just completely walked all over us. And you can't leave that on our fans because that hatred is inside of us now, and it will stay, and it will get bigger and bigger. And they've just treated us like shit. Honestly, I can't believe that they've done that. Like,
So it
they
looks
must
like
think
it
to them.
it
I was
looks
just going
like
to
it was
say,
Ndiaye and Danjuma. They were the two we'd been pining for all window.
don't even start me on the Danjuma deal.
I mean, I'm
Apparently-
gonna fucking protest now. I'm not even asked.
Yeah,
I think Farwell's something farmed by all the camps, but Dyche is gone.
What's so good about Felwell?
He's fucking shit.
More like Fell won't.
a lot of people have backed him up because they said he's not getting the help he needs. But I'm not being funny. If you're a good sporting director and you're good at your job, you're going to get a job somewhere else if you're good at your job. Believe in yourself. So if you've come into Everton and they're making you look shit and they're not letting you do your job, come out and say, I'm walking. These ain't letting me do your job, because another team will then see that these it's not you've walked away because they're not letting you do your job. Farewell needs to do that. Too many people in our football team. They just look. It's the same as Sharpie as well. Sharpie, at the moment that board was toxic, Sharpie should have walked. He should have said, right, I'm not being involved. This is going to ruin my name. Don't lick people's arse for money.
Yeah,
dignity is worth a lot more than money.
There's contractual obligations where if you do certain things, you can literally be sued for like millions of quids. So sometimes there's no, and we call them NDAs, don't mean non-disclosure agreements. So you have to sign them before you work for the club.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that, because us Everton fans will set a GoFundMe page up for him just to freaking pay him the compensation. Just because we'll say, you know what, fair play, you stuck up for yourself and you put these frigging board in the place and called them out for being idiots. I'd rather someone do that.
Yeah, I know, but it's one of those. It's all across football. Like, you don't tell tales out of school because you always see it. It's like nobody ever says anything about all these arseholes in football. But then, like, when they get to like 50 years old and they write their memoirs, it's like then all the stories come out about what happened back in the day that they weren't allowed to tell at the time. So it's one of those where
when I was at school, Jeff, and I didn't do my homework, and this person at the side of me did, and I told them, they went and told the teacher. They grassed me up, mate. So we've got to grass these up.
Right,
Yeah,
guys, my head is...
Mabsy, can do you know before... Because I've loved having you on so much, Mabsy. You know I love you. Before you go, can you give us a song before you go? Like a how do you feel sort of song?
No, I think I might the sound slip my wrist tonight. So.
You're a good singer. You were singing earlier on. Just give us a song like how you feel.
No,
If you used to sing a song now.
Singing, I'm just think I'm gonna get. I don't know. Just chill.
You're just gonna frigging grill me in the WhatsApp group now because I told you.
I told you so, Dan. But
yeah, I know. I'm just gonna get you. I told you so.
So just prepare for that. But yeah, I'm just fried now.
Well, if you do start crying, Mabsy, if you do, when you come off this, if you do start crying, just ring me because I'll probably be crying as well. We can just cry together.
Oh yeah, cheers.
We'll just cry together on the phone. Let it out. Tough is. I know how you feel, mate. I know how you feel. Please take the piss.
My head's just battered with this now.
I've just dangled a towel out of my window with spray paint on it saying the board out and all that out my window already. I live miles away, but I've done it. I'm making my... I'm on strike.
Dan, we're ringing you up to like out in a minute. Can you please take that down out your window, please, Dan?
They are spies, ain't they? I can't believe they're spying on the space.
I've got spares for Arsenal, but I don't want to put anyone through it, so I'm going to sell it.
Right, on that bombshell, guys. Have a good... See you in a bit.
Well, and everyone that's on, by the way, I'm just going to say, everyone that's on, thanks for coming on. I'm gutted that I couldn't announce a player for you. I feel like I've gone fishing and not caught anything. It's honestly, it feels like a day that's I put all my day and time into this and I failed. But one thing I will say is...
I put 31 days into this scrolling Twitter waiting for players.
Yeah.
Only to get nothing again. It's got a familiar feel to it, hasn't it?
Can't believe it. It's depressing, but we're all in it together. Everyone in the comments, thanks for putting the comments and stuff. There's a big mess. Like Ryan's just said earlier on, he don't normally call them out, but the these clowns are putting themselves on the freaking front of the stage. It's a big mess, and there's a lot to sort out.
Sure, because as far as I'm concerned, we should have been on the phone saying, "What do you want for X player?" Okay, no, we can't give you that, or we'll give you this. But you want that? No, and then you move on. Why is it that difficult?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's so simple, but they made it hard work. I don't know.
If I was trying to buy anything in life, I'd go, okay, what do you want for Saar? Okay, I want 30 million. Well, I can't give you 30, I can give you 20. Do you want 20? No. Okay. Well, can we do 25 then? Does he want to come? Yeah, he wants to come. What does he want? 100 grand a week? I can't do 100, I can do 85.
Ryan, I would have paid if the asking price for that Coventry striker was 25 million. I would have paid it because I think we need a striker that badly. I would have paid 25 million for him. It would have been a big price, and it would have been a bit of a rip off. But he's young, and I think you might have got the 25 million back over time just by getting him playing good and helping us play out. We needed two good strikers.
I mean, I don't know. I can't know anything for a fucking fact, but like, there's been a lot of stories of players are just not interested in coming to Everton, and that you know, you can. It can't be all of them. It can't be all of them, but there's been a significant number of people who've just gone, fuck that. You know, when we're mentioned in the frame, it's just like, no tar. You know, like, yeah, I'll swerve that. I'll go to somewhere else because it's toxic. It's crazy. They don't know what to do. The owner's an idiot. The fans are at each other's throats. Like, yeah, I don't want no part of that. You know, and I can't blame any of these players for just hitting the swerve button and just going, this place is nuts. I don't want nothing to do with it.
I do think, Jeff, though, if we would have got these players early, we wouldn't have. It would have been easier to have got the players if we went in early, because straight after that World Cup, we wasn't in the bottom three.
Yeah, you mean if we were a well-run company that
it would have been all right. That's what's frustrating.
Had bids lined up for the 1st of January, like bosh, and then we'd have won the first like 2 or 3 games, and we'd be like mid-table now, and like the end of the window, we'd be looking at a whole different scenario because we'd have brought a couple of players in early, we'd have some results, and then we'd be looking at the end of the window trying to put a little bit of polish onto what we already had. What we're wrong, they're a gang of shithouses, they are a gang of shithouses, and like, but they're not just. It's not just that they're incompetent, right? And this is what really annoys me is they're a bunch of cowards. They're cowards because they hide behind excuses. They hide behind like people who they push out in front of the press to hide their own incompetence, and they're only ever there. The only time you ever see them is when something good happens, so they can lap up some applause. But as soon as the shit hits the fan, they all go west. They all go disappearing. And it's just like, yeah, let's push the blame somewhere else. It's like Donald Trump. Like, take all the credit, pass all the blame on to someone else. It's not my fault. Oh, we tried to sign players, but, they weren't interested in coming. Or, we couldn't do the deal. Or they wanted too much money. Or...
It'll be interesting to hear what they come out with. It's going to be bullshit.
No, they won't say anything to anybody. They'll leave it to the fucking guy they've just employed.
They'll have to, though, Jeff. They'll have to.
No, they won't. They literally won't. They'll push it out. They'll push him out in front, and he'll be the one who has to field the questions. They'll say nothing. They'll say nothing because they're a cowardly bunch of shithouses. That's just what they are.
They always get scared of what the fans is going to leaving the fans boiling. That's why they let the letter out, and that's why Mashiri went on TalkSport. I do think they'll come out and do something. Not do something. They'll just come out and wind us up more because they're clowns. That's the thing.
I believe what Sam's saying here as well. I think this really is the final straw for the fan base. As I said before, the people like myself who try and be impartial, some of the fans who have been very defensive over Bill Kenwright, maybe because he was quite good when we didn't have any money, I think they will be absolutely furious. As I said, my dad gave me the season ticket, said sell the game for Arsenal. He's normally very passive. He doesn't normally know who the players are. He just goes to the game, turns up, watches the match, has his radio in. You've met him, Jeff. You know what he's like. He's not really a big ranter and a raver, but even he's texting me going, have we signed anyone? What's going on? We're going down. I think, this sort of...
And yet, literally not just 2.5 hours ago, I had a pitch-up row with some dickhead on the space who was basically saying it was the fans' fault and he was defending the board. And that was literally 2.5 hours ago on a space. And I had to kick him off.
So like someone committing a crime and everyone kicking off because of the crimes committed, and then them going, well, look at all these people kicking off, causing murder because of the crime. It doesn't work like that. We're just reacting. We're humans.
There are still people who are defending this board. And
we've
like
been very tolerant.
Now I'm seeing tweets and it's like, it's the fans' fault. Doing the protest outside the ground, that's putting players off from coming to Everton. It's the fans' fault. We've created a toxic atmosphere. And it's like, listen, mate, I grew up watching football in the 70s and 80s. It was toxic as fuck. It was toxic. It's always been toxic. It's football. Football has always had a dark side to it, a toxic element. If you can't handle abuse, don't be a football player because you're going to get abuse. Like, you just are going to get abuse, whether you like it or not, whether it should be right or not. It's a man's game, and it's football is our release from the week at work, from the stress of life. You go there to blow off the steam and cheer on your team, moan about defeats or whatever, shout some insults, do whatever.
I said that, Jeff. I said it. I was just going to say on to what you're saying, linking to that. I said as a tweet earlier on, we're just football fans. We just want to watch our team, enjoy it, and then just get on with our lives and then wait until the next game. We shouldn't be thinking, I've learned more about the board and owners and more stuff than I should be learning because they're running stuff that bad. We shouldn't be thinking about people, what they're doing, how they're running the club and stuff like that. We're just fans. We should just be watching the football.
Like turning up 3 hours before the game to create an atmosphere for this gang of shitbag players, and doing all this flares and like waving them off on the way to an away game because they've been so shit that we're looking like we're going to get relegated, and we have to like turn up at Finch Farm and wave them off to an away game because they're a little bit scared and a little bit precious. And it's like, oh God, like when did everyone turn into a bunch of wallflowers? It just does my head in.
I don't get why some. I'm going to go off in a minute anyway. I'm going to cut this off.
Yeah, me too.
I was just going to say I don't get why people say, "Oh, these fans are toxic. This is their fault" and stuff like that. Well, if your owner and your board are just running you shit and making you like massively have a chance of getting relegated, what do you do as a fan? Do you just let it happen if you care about your club? No. If you care about your club, you say something. We're not frigging sheep. We come out and we say it's our club.
You know what's also winding me up right now?
Not having that. It's not worse because of social media, because these are professional football players.
It does allow, Jeff, let
me make the point first, right? Once you become a professional football player, disable your social media and you pay somebody to answer you messages and stuff like that, and you don't go on it.
Yo, man, what go on? What go on with Julie?
Right, don't go on it. Don't interact. Don't do any of that stuff. Have a press officer and have a social media manager do that stuff for you, and don't get involved. Like, that's what a professional player do. That's what a professional person does. Is you put that responsibility to someone else. So. No, it's just an excuse. It's an excuse, and people are always looking for an excuse for why something's a bit hard or it's too difficult or there's pressure and all that. And it's like, grow up.
Jeff, just coming in on that to give you another side of the coin, as I always do.
Yeah,
it allows things to spread. It also, today we saw friends of ours, actually, to be fair, say you go down and protest at 7:00 mid-transfer window. Then realised actually this wasn't a good idea. backtracked and said to everyone, "Don't do it."
It was a good idea in the end. I wish it did.
It can spread things for the wrong reason as well. So I understand how social media can be used as a negative, but also use it as an advantage. No, I agree.
Yeah.
It's not going to bother them. They don't care. They still get the salary. They'll go in and do the job.
Yeah,
I'm a bit worried at the moment that we're going to be relegated this season, and then we've got Dyche for 2 years playing long ball crap in the Championship, trying to get out the league. In our new stadium, which no one wants to go to because it is Dyche for 2 years in the Championship. With even less money, because if you think it's bad now, if you think the finances are bad now, wait until we're in a division below with no TV revenue.
Completely agree. No worries about a thing, because every little thing gonna be all right.
Right, and on that note, I'm going to scooch as well. Nice one. Thanks, everyone, for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. By the way, listen to this and listen carefully. Right? People on the channel, thanks for coming on. And I just want to say this, right? There's 60 plus people on. There's been loads more. It's gone down a bit now. If those 60 people can like the channel, I'd really appreciate it. If you could subscribe, I'd appreciate it more. We talk about the games after, and we talk about them before. We're just Everton fans, and we just all connect you fans to this channel. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, because I tell you something, we've got to be in this together this season more than ever. This is like a proper Spartan war this season.
Are you saying that? Hang on a minute.
We need to stick together, because even if it's just depression, Jeff, because I tell you something,
I genuinely don't even want to know if that. He said, looks like we've got Ayu. I don't even want to know if that's true, because I don't even care anymore. Like, he's literally just got binned off by Alawahi or something because he was shit. So, like, if we've got him, that's a.
Can he play left back or not?
He's a winger, isn't he? I think.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking. Right winger, play him instead of Miklenka. Oh, it's just. I'm not being funny. If you're trying to save money and that's the reason you ain't spent money, then why have you gone and paid his wage, whatever it is? I wouldn't pay him. I wouldn't pay him like paper round money. I wouldn't pay him £5 a week. Never mind frigging a good wage.
No, I don't even.
You know you're in trouble if that's your only sign. Are you? Oh my days. Right, on that note, everybody, thanks for coming on. Just let me end this properly, Jeff. Yeah, watch this. Watch this.
You're going to do it professional, like.
Yeah, watch this. I'm going to have it all sorted now.
Nice one.
Here we go. Just getting it all lined up now to let it go properly. So I'm becoming professional at all this stuff. I'm not going to drop you a formation because that'll be depressing. Here we go. Follow Everton. Intro. So we end the broadcast. I'm getting good.